Now at 9, severe winter weather is headed straight to the 4 states. What you need to know. Plus, generators can be lifesavers during power outages, but they can also be deadly. The safety mistakes that could cost you your life.
Millions of Americans are making preparations for days of snow and ice. I am Brandy Campbell in Oxford, Mississippi. I'll have the details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The first winter storm of the year is nearly here. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. A warning for folks in the 4 states. Snow and dangerous cold is on its way. Meteorologist Austin Stantz joins us with what to expect.
Thanks, Tanya. Yeah, our alert day starting at midnight, and what we're expecting, snow and extremely cold temperatures. And while this is widespread across a large portion of the United States, we are going to feel the impacts here at home across the entire 4-state region. That is going to last through tonight, lasting through Sunday. We are going to get a small break. Let's go ahead and time things out for you. So taking a look, snowfall begins arriving here right around this 10 o'clock hour. And then as we head into the overnight, that's where we notice we start getting encompassed in snow overnight there. Saturday, 2 a.m. that you notice, temperatures heading down into the single digits, becoming a little spotty here right around 6 a.m., breaking apart a little bit and then picking back up in the early afternoon hours before we see a break right around 2, 3, 4 o'clock. And that break will last until Saturday evening before a second wave comes in. So coming up, we'll time out that second wave and get a look at how much accumulation we could expect.
Austin, the winter storm is almost here, and Joplin officials say now is your last chance to prepare. Gather emergency supplies immediately: water, food, flashlights, and extra batteries. Check your carbon monoxide detectors now. They could save your life if you lose power. And if you must travel, pack blankets and a fully charged phone in your car. Officials urge residents to check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors before conditions worsen. The city of Neosho says it is ready. Earlier today, public works crews pre-treated emergency routes and major roadways. 8 snowplows are standing by to operate around the clock once the snow begins. Officials remind residents avoid parking on emergency routes and give plows plenty of space when the storm arrives. Across the state line, crews in Cherokee County will be working throughout the weekend to clear snow, focusing on major collector roads. The crews are clearing more than 1,300 miles of county roads. If there's an emergency requiring fire, ambulance, or sheriff's response, you're asked to call the Cherokee County Sheriff's Dispatch. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol is calling in help from the National Guard. Troopers priority responding to crashes and rescuing stranded drivers. To navigate tough conditions, the Oklahoma National Guard will deploy SMART teams with specialized vehicles like Humvees and heavy-duty trucks. These teams can reach areas police cars cannot, speeding up rescues and clearing wrecks to prevent traffic backups.
Yeah, well, first off, I feel like we're as prepared as we can be, and I just want to caution Oklahomans, stay off the roads if you can. We're going to have some winter weather, but our transportation department has pre-prepared the roads as much as possible. We have 600 trucks deployed around the state.
Both agencies urge drivers to stay off roads if possible and be prepared if they must travel. Warming centers across the 4 states open their doors when temperatures drop to freezing or below. This QR code takes you to a complete list on KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, one of those locations is the Joplin First Church of the Nazarene. The church is offering meals, showers, clothing, and cold weather supplies, with around 80 people currently receiving help. Church leaders say the number of people seeking shelter highlights the growing need for services during harsh winter conditions.
Anybody that needs to come in and get warm, we are open every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're providing 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have showers. We have a clothes room upstairs. People can get clothes. Our main goal is to keep everybody warm and safe.
Mini Hackney Community Service Center in Joplin will remain open overnight until at least Thursday of next week, providing additional shelter for those in need. Well, Fellowship Baptist Church in Baxter Springs is opening its doors as a warming center all day and all night until this winter storm ends. The warming center is equipped with food, water, and other supplies for a prolonged stay.
So, we use social media, Facebook, to promote the Warming Center, to reach out into the community. And we are blessed in this community right here. Once we do that, we have people and families that donate food, they donate drinks, they donate financial assistance for the Warming Center.
The Warming Center is still taking donations for the weekend. Coming up, Pittsburgh State's new College of Business is taking shape downtown. We give you a first look inside the innovative classrooms. But up first, Joplin business leaders are sentenced for hiring undocumented workers. 11 people connected to a Joplin corporation are sentenced in federal court for a racketeering conspiracy. The defendants include top executives from Specialty Foods Distribution, headquartered in Joplin, who hired and harbored undocumented workers from Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador. The conspiracy ran from 2018 to 2021 and involved restaurants serviced by Specialty Foods in Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Courts ordered more than $6 million in forfeiture and 164 months of combined prison time. Firefighters battle heavy flames and thick smoke pouring from the roof of a house just north of Kafer Road early this morning. Around 7:45, crews arrived on County Road 230 to find the fire deep inside the roof area. Firefighters from multiple departments, including Oronogo, Tri-Cities, and Webb City, worked aggressively in bitter 19-degree temperatures to contain the blaze. Everyone escaped safely. A solar company gives Crawford County an ultimatum: lift the solar moratorium or lose a multi-million-dollar project by February. Shasta Power and a group of landowners presented to the commission today seeking a solution to move forward with their solar development. County officials had previously rejected requests to lift the moratorium on solar projects, and following today's meeting told KOAM they still had no intention to do so. The company says it's prepared to pay neighbors who would be the most affected by the solar project. Shasta says it plans to pull out of the deal with landowners by the first week in February if no agreement is reached with the commission.
We are hoping we could get the project finished by 2029, but of course one of the things holding up our project is the moratorium on solar.
Shasta Power says it plans to assist the Mulberry Fire Department as part of its community investment strategy. Voters in the Riverton School District will head to the polls on March 3rd to decide on an $8.5 million bond issue. The money would fund safety and security improvements, new roofing, plumbing, HVAC upgrades, and learning environment modernization across the district's facilities. If approved, the district expects to begin improvements shortly after the election. The bond payments will be spread over 20 years to minimize annual cost. Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, first responders share their secrets for driving safely on icy roads.
As the winter storm moves in this evening, conditions will begin deteriorating tonight. But the good news is most of that's happening overnight tonight. We have a winter storm warnings through Sunday across the 4 states. The only one ending at 3 o'clock in the afternoon is in Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma to be specifically there. Now, we are going to see our weather impacts. The snow impacts going to be very high, heavy snowfall at times, reduced visibility. We're also going to see very high cold impacts, extremely cold temperatures with wind chills near negative 25 degrees at times. That's frostbite in as little as 10 minutes on exposed skin outdoors. Winds are going to be high as well for 2 main reasons. It enhances the wind chill, number 1. Number 2, this is going to be a very dry, light snow, so it will blow that snow around, reducing visibility to near zero at times. Taking a look and timing some of this out for you, here's 10 o'clock tonight. Now, not the entire region's encompassed in the snowfall just yet. That's going to happen as we head into the overnight hours. 2 a.m. here Saturday, temperatures down near single digits here. We're going to expect pretty consistent snowfall heading into the overnight hours. But this is just wave number 1. So it does become a little bit patchy as we head into early Saturday morning. So you might wake up and say, oh, we only got about maybe 3 to 5 inches and it's light snow. It's almost over. Unfortunately not. Take a look at these temperatures. Yates Center, -1. Joplin 6. This is 6 a.m. here. Now patchy snowfall begins picking up again heading into the afternoon, but then a cutoff in the early evening hours, okay? We're going to get a quick break between, I'd say, 3, 4, 5 until around 8 or 9 p.m. So we'll get about 3 hours maybe of a lull of snowfall in there. But then a second wave begins moving in late Saturday into Sunday overnight once again. This band going to be a bit heavier here. So taking a look, you'll notice those darker shades of blue typically staying south of 44 as it continues to move northeast here. This band lasting through Sunday morning. We'll expect snowfall to start heading out of the area around later afternoon, early evening hours on your Sunday. By 4 or 5 o'clock, cloud cover actually begins dispersing as well. Temperatures still very chilly out there. The coldest temperatures could happen Sunday night into Monday. Let's talk about the potential for some accumulation here. We know accumulating snowfall is on the way. All right, again, heaviest of the snowfall typically staying south of 44. Now, I anticipate that to be consistent. Models have said that run after run after run. So this is kind of our in-house model or our graph model. Here is what I've drawn up for us as far as snowfall goes. Most of the heaviest snow going to stay off to the south, 10 to 16 inches possible there. You go a little bit further north, you're running into 6 to 12 inches through about Nevada. Heading up 49 towards Kansas City, you'll start running into about 4 to 8 inches. Now, I say you're running into. Hopefully you're staying at home and you're not trying to travel in this, especially until we get into next week. And we're going to see quite a few closures even heading into Monday. One of those aspects going to be we're going to see a low pressure system off to the north dipping really far south here. That's dropping our temperatures into Monday morning. So we even have an alert day set for Monday due to the extreme cold overnight, -2 degrees. But notice temperatures stay around freezing heading into next week as well. So Tanya, this snow is not going anywhere, and we may even get another inch possibly late next week with another smaller system on the way. So there's plenty of snowfall for everyone in this forecast.
Well, hopefully this week's snow will melt before it snows again the next time around.
That's hard to say because we're going to be right around freezing or below.
Yeah. Depends on how much sunshine we get, right?
Right.
All right, thanks, Austin. Well, we've got the perfect way for you to stay on top of severe weather. Scan this QR code with your phone and head straight to the updated weather resources page on our website, where you can find information on storm shelters, weather updates, closings, and road conditions. You can also find tips for watching live streams in real time. It's called the Weather Resource page on KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, drivers in the 4 states can expect dangerous conditions when this winter storm wreaks havoc on streets and highways. KOAM's Nellie Lopez spoke with both the fire and police departments in Carthage to get some safety tips and find out how they changed their emergency protocols during icy conditions.
The big thing is just staying home if you can. I get it if you have to get out, just make sure that you're definitely paying attention to your surroundings.
As snow approaches, it's important to remember all makes and models of vehicles can slide off roads during icy conditions. Carthage Fire Chief Jason Martin says sometimes having a four-wheel drive vehicle can embolden people to drive a bit more aggressively, but you see them in ditches too. Some tips first responders shared include:
if your car starts to skid, turn the front wheels the direction that you want them to travel and steer into the skid. And it really helps if you can react quickly enough to go into neutral from drive gear. It stops the wheel spin from continuing your skid.
Be aware of drivers around you.
Be aware of everybody else, not just your driving ability, but if you see a car that's going too fast or following you too closely, let them go.
But even first responders take precautionary measures when it comes to responding to emergency situations during icy conditions.
We will maybe turn the lights on, but not the sirens during these conditions, because we don't want to create a secondary accident when we're responding to an accident or a house fire or whatever. We want to be as safe for our citizens as possible. We don't exceed the speed limit. We will drive the speed limit during these bad road conditions.
As road conditions decline and law enforcement see more accidents, they go into emergency road conditions protocol.
If you have an accident and you're not injured, you can give us a call. What we're most likely going to do is instruct you to exchange your information.
During this time, law enforcement will mostly respond to injuries and accidents in progress. In Carthage, Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
Well, if you do go off the road, first responders suggest having an emergency kit in case you get stranded. Include items such as blankets, flashlights, and water. And make sure to wear extra layers of clothing. In the case you get wet from the snow, change into dry clothes immediately to de-accelerate heat loss. Coming up next, we take a look at PSU's new Downtown Business School. Find out how the Kels School of Business features versatile classrooms and a collaborative design. The best hotel in Pittsburgh is still under renovations with plans to open this year, but KOAM got an invitation to tour the facility as well as the new Kels College of Business to get more information about how renovating the former hotel will have an impact on student housing at Pittsburgh State University. Now, aside from student housing, the first floor of the building will be a community-oriented space, which will offer educational and entrepreneurial services for Pittsburgh residents.
We will have a soft opening that first weekend of August, and then whenever we do the ribbon cutting on the 11th, we're doing that in conjunction with the Kels College of Business. We'll isolate and target basically some specific rooms that are willing to show their apartments and their units. So we'll have studios, 1-bedrooms, and 2-bedroom units.
The best will feature a penthouse suite on the 13th floor with connecting rooms and a view of downtown Pittsburgh right outside its windows. Watch KOAM this Sunday night to find out more about the Best Hotel. Well, crews continue to make progress on another construction project in Pittsburgh. KOAM's Ty Parks gives us an inside look at how PSU's Kels College of Business is coming along.
Pittsburgh State University holds a tour of the new Kels School of Business for members of the media. The number of classrooms is versatile because some of the walls can be moved to make larger rooms.
Versatility is extremely important. So the facility that we built in the environment that we built is very unique for a school of the size of Pittsburgh State University. There are no other regional master's institutions in the Midwest that have a brand new business building in a downtown location. So we're going to be giving our students an opportunity they're not going to be finding elsewhere, and we believe that's going to give us a recruiting advantage in the long run.
The location is important to the future plans of the College of Business.
And so being down here, we want to be part of that, right? We want to be part of the neighborhood, and that neighborhood involves all these businesses around us. And so we want to reach out to them and be good neighbors, and hopefully they will welcome us to the neighborhood, and we're looking forward to having them here.
The classrooms are designed to have movable furniture to give a collaborative feeling.
Not only are our students being invested in, but our faculty and staff we're making an investment in them and the good work that they do and ensuring they have the tools, the space, and the surrounding community at their disposal to do their jobs with the students and to really fulfill that promise we make to students. We're going to make your life better through education.
In Pittsburgh, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Well, construction is scheduled for completion this July in time for the fall semester. The conjoined ribbon cutting for both the Best Hotel and the new Kels College of Business is planned for August 11th. Coming up next, find out what goes into the decision to close the PSU campus when the weather turns nasty. Staff at Pitt State say they take the decision to close the campus due to weather very seriously. A committee joins with partners in the Pittsburgh School District to get their input. If it's deemed unsafe for students, the faculty and staff are also not required to come in.
So those students, we try to ensure that we have some emergency personnel who are on campus to create safety, to ensure they have access to food and resources. Oftentimes, if it's at all feasible, I know that our rec center likes to try to be open so that the kids also can have something that they can do.
PSU officials say the decision to close campus is an important one, and the health and safety of the faculty and staff is paramount. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way.
From Olympian to drug kingpin, the FBI captures a top 10 fugitive they say was the head of a major narcotics organization. I'm Rebecca Castor with the details coming up.
And shoppers stock up as the winter storm targets more than half the country.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A polar vortex is sending temperatures plummeting across the country as a massive snowstorm approaches the south. Millions will be in the system's path as it moves north. Fox Weather's Brandy Campbell has the latest.
I'm ready for it, so if I'm stuck in the house, I will have food and water.
Folks are stocking up on shovels, food, and salt as a winter storm threatens dozens of states. Forecasters say Texas and Oklahoma will see snow and ice overnight before the system moves east over the weekend.
2,000 miles of watches and warnings. It's just absolutely incredible. More than half the country is going to experience winter weather.
In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott issued a disaster declaration for more than 100 counties on Thursday. Officials say they hope upgrades made to the state's power grid will help reduce the potential for widespread outages.
The most prepared we've been and the most resilient that our grid has been.
As the storm moves north, it could drop more than a foot of snow in places. A round of Arctic air will follow, potentially dropping wind chills to minus 50 degrees in the Midwest. The conditions could keep roads and sidewalks frozen into next week.
We're not going to be out of this for a while. So hunker down, change your habits, try to minimize your time outside.
State and local officials are urging people to stay off the roads and adjust their travel plans. According to travel booking app Hopper, as many as 15,000 flights could be delayed in the coming days.
I was supposed to come in Sunday. I've already changed it to Monday. Fingers crossed.
And AAA says if you have to drive, make sure to pack an emergency kit and check your car's battery life before heading out. In Oxford, Mississippi, I am Brandy Campbell for Fox Weather.
Airlines are granting waivers ahead of the winter storm. Travel could be majorly disrupted as the system brings snow, ice, and cold to the Northeast, South, and Midwest. 230 million Americans are potentially in its path. Most airlines are also allowing rebooking without fees. After nearly a year on the lam, a former Olympic snowboarder accused of running a drug empire is now in custody after being tracked down by the FBI. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor has the details.
From shredding powder to allegedly smuggling powder across international borders. That's what landed former Canadian Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding on the FBI's most wanted list. And now he's being brought to justice.
He is a modern day El Chapo. He is a modern day Pablo Escobar. And he thought he could evade justice.
FBI Director Kash Patel says Wedding was captured Thursday night in Mexico City. That's where investigators believe he was hiding for over a decade while running a massive drug trafficking operation, shipping cocaine from Colombia to the U.S. and Canada. He's also accused of ordering multiple murders.
This individual and his organization and the Sinaloa cartel poured narcotics into the streets of North America and killed too many of our youth and corrupted too many of our citizens. And that ends today.
Patel says Wedding is the 6th top 10 fugitive captured by the agency since President Trump took office. Another win for his crime crackdown, as recent data shows significant drops in violent crime and drug overdoses nationwide.
That is not an accident. When you look at the administration's use of all the 3-letter agencies, ATF, DEA, HSI, FBI, and putting them into high crime areas, of course, if you throw all those resources at it, you're going to start to see it drop.
Wedding is expected to make his first court appearance in Los Angeles on Monday. He's also facing drug trafficking charges in Canada. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast. And later, winter storms mean power outages and generator use. The critical safety steps many people forget.
The time for preparations has now come and gone. We are seeing the winter storm begin to move into the area this evening. Winter storm warnings through Sunday across the 4 states right now. So while we had time for preparation, now is the time for action in making sure you're keeping yourself safe as we head into this evening. Let's talk about some of these impacts. Heavy snow expected at times. That is going to be a major impact for roadways, travel conditions, delays, and everything in that nature. Ice conditions, those impacts are going to be relatively low, but we're going to see extreme cold across the 4 states, and it's going to be another major impact with wind chills as low as -25 at times. Wind is also going to be an impact here, playing a factor for 2 reasons. One of those, it'll enhance the wind chill. 2, it's actually going to blow around the snow, reducing visibility to near zero at times. This type of snow that we're going to see is very dry and light, so it'll blow around very easily, reducing our visibility. Let's talk about timing so you can get ready for this storm. We move into around the 10 o'clock hour tonight. You'll notice more of our western and southwestern regions starting to see some of that snow begin to move in. As we head into the overnight hours, 2 a.m., the entirety of the 4 states now encompassed by this snowfall. Keep in mind, this is one of 2 bands, and this is going to be the lighter band. But do take notice to these temperatures already in the single digits. Notice as we go into the overnight into the morning hours, Yates Center, -1 for the air temperature there. 6 degrees in Joplin. Now, I know things get a little patchy here. You might wake up in the morning and say, oh, we've only gotten 3 to 5 inches. Snow's letting up. It's almost over. Think again there, because we're going to see multiple waves here. We're going to see it pick back up on Saturday afternoon. Again, some areas could see some spotty snow. Heaviest of the snow staying south of 44, because that's where we're going to see the most consistent snowfall. Heading into the early evening hours Saturday, we get a little bit of a break, and then it picks back up again around 8, 9 o'clock, heading into the overnight hours of Saturday into our Sunday. And then take a look at this. Darker shades of blue here indicating heavier snow, mainly south of 44, but it does move northeast. So some of these totals ticking a little bit further north, just north of I-44. But notice that this band continues through Sunday morning into the early afternoon hours. But then by Sunday early evening, everything's cleared out. Cloud cover clears out. But we're not done yet, because we're going to be dealing with extreme cold Sunday night into Monday morning. Let's talk about some of these snow totals here for you. As I mentioned, some of the totals ticking just a little bit further north than 44, but models have been very consistent. I'm very confident that the heaviest band going to ride right along the I-44 corridor here. So we're going to see the heaviest snow staying south of 44. Here's my forecast and what we have here. 10 to 16 inches south of 44, maybe just extending very slightly, but once you get north of 44, you're mainly going to be looking at around 6 to 12 inches. Heading north on 49 towards Kansas City, that's when you'll be running into around 4 to 8 inches there. But we're not done. As I mentioned, a low pressure system off to the north creates a huge trough, digging the jet stream much further down. That Arctic air arrives Monday. Take a look. We have an alert day for Monday as well due to the extreme cold, with overnight temperatures at -2. Tuesday, 33 degrees. Snow's not going anywhere, Tanya. We're going to continue to see temperatures below freezing, with opportunity for a little bit more light snow late next week.
So what's our time frame tonight? When are we going to see it at the very big, on our western part of our viewing area here?
I would say around 10, 11 o'clock, things really get going for us. And then by the time you reach 2 a.m., which is good because most of us are sleeping, that's when we're going to start to see some of the heaviest snowfall Saturday move in.
There you go. All right, thanks, Austin. Well, still ahead, a full slate of high school basketball tournament games, including the championship matchups from the Lancer Classic. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
Another day, another full slate of high school basketball tournament games, and we start with the Lancer Classic at Southeast High School. 1 seed Neodesha taking on 2 seed Riverton in the girls bracket championship. The Rams ahead early, but off the inbounds. Hadley Carpenter spins, jukes the defender, and puts it in for the Blue Streaks' first points. End of the quarter, Neodesha still trailing. Allison Stover gets an open look from 3, and she drains the triple to make it a 1-score game. But the Rams are resilient in the paint. Rylan Thomason's first attempt is no good, but she steals the ball from the Blue Streaks and lays it back in for the 5-point lead. Now Ellie Helms driving. She finds Avery Barnett down low. Barnett hooks it up and over the defender for the basket as the Rams take the title, 51-43. In the boys bracket, the 1 seed Lancers battle the 2 seed Rams for the championship, and Riverton comes out of the gate swinging. Liam Berge open in the corner. His three is nothing but net to get this one started. And look at this. Same place, different man. It's Cale Forbes knocking down the triple through the contact as the Rams stay red hot. But the Lancers fight their way back into it. That's Garrett Berger down low, dropping it in with ease for Southeast first points. But the Rams are unstoppable tonight. Forbes driving to the paint, laying in the floater to give Riverton the 9-point lead as the Rams sweep the Lancer Classic, taking down Southeast 51-45. On the boys' side, Webb City clashing with Blue Valley Southwest. First quarter, Timberwolves leading and eyeing more. Brady Bonsiski connects with Nash Ferguson, who slams it home. A 10-4 run to start. Cardinals would find the rhythm and fight back with Holden Johnson kicking it off with this triple from the corner, cutting into the deficit. Next possession, Webb City going to Hudson Mathiasen on the wing, and his deep ball is nothing but net. He finished with a team-high 17 points as the Cardinals come from behind for a 56-53 win in OT. Hosting Raiders girls squad taking the court against Andover in the Raider Classic. First quarter, Frontenac on the run. Reese Franklin finds Marley Stout, who scores the easy deuce as this one goes back and forth. Raiders back in transition. Lake and Sullivan in the open court, swinging it to Stout in the corner. The senior drains the triple. Final seconds of the first, Trojans pushing the pace. Samantha Segrist kicks it to Bella Budahara, and her tray is good from the wing at the buzzer as Andover takes down Frontenac 77-41. Gogan Panthers coming off a win yesterday facing Nevada after dropping 35 points last night. Jakayla Davis was back at it, nailing this three to open the game. Panthers lead early, but the Tigers came to play and took over. Anna Swarns is on the run here, finding Cora Braden, and the sophomore hits a triple of her own, and she was just getting started. Moving to the second quarter, give and go action between Braden and Grace Anderson, resulting in another open three. It's good from the corner. The Tigers win this one 51-44. The Purple Dragons girls squad back in action, taking on Hillcrest at the Braden Memorial. Hornets with the lead early on, working the ball around into a wide open Caitlin Summers in the corner, who cashes the three to extend the lead. Pittsburgh with immediate response, quick ball movement underneath to Odessa Reed, and she banks it in for two. Moving to the second quarter, the Dragons breaking through. The full court pressure swinging it around to Mackenzie English, who fires from downtown. It's good, but Pittsburgh falls to Hillcrest 66-53. At Pitt High, Joplin taking on Branson in the Hanson Memorial Tournament. Early first quarter, Eagles giving it to Brecken Green, who attacks the lane, shaking off contact for the left-handed finish. Joplin strikes first, but the Pirates would take control. Out in transition, side Tolvier finds Tread Houston, who drives and fends off contact for the finish at the rim. Joplin trailing later in the quarter. Kenyon Kimbrough passes to Tucker Martin, who backs down the defender and sinks this turnaround fadeaway, but the Eagles fall to the Pirates 82-59. Well, that's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
When it comes to potential power outages during winter storms, make sure you have flashlights handy and extra batteries, along with ways to keep warm. If you're planning to use a generator, you need to be careful. Garrett Hamilton has important reminders about the dangers that surround these emergency power backups.
It's no secret that in heavy snowfall events, power outages are possible. If you have a standby generator hardwired into your home, you'll want to make sure to turn your breaker off if you're going to be out of your home, because when that electricity suddenly turns back on, the surge can lead to overheating of the electronics and also possibly start a fire.
Yeah, so in 2007, it was a strain on all Southwest Missouri. And for the first time in as long as I can remember, we activated the statewide mutual aid system.
Thankfully, a catastrophic ice storm isn't in the forecast, but impactful snow is. And most hardware stores around the Ozarks are much busier than usual as people get ready.
I think we sold 5 of them in the last hour or so. We've had about 5 orders come in for them. I'm about to pull one right now, actually.
Gas generators are flying off the shelves. They can make a world of difference if the power goes out, but safe operation starts with proper storage of fuel. Experts recommend keeping it in a cool, dry, and ventilated space. Also check oil levels and thoroughly examine your generator for any signs of damage.
And the time to do that is now, not Saturday morning when the snow is coming down.
If the power goes out, gas generators need to be in a well-ventilated area, meaning outdoors only. Running it in your garage with the doors and windows open is not sufficient, and it will lead to carbon monoxide finding its way inside.
It makes its way in through every little crack there is. And it may take a longer duration of time to cause a problem, but over time it will.
Minimizing the risk for carbon monoxide poisoning is not only important for your own safety, but also for the community as a whole.
The more you can help eliminate the call volume for everybody, the fire department, 911, the better you are.
We'll check to make sure your carbon monoxide detectors are working properly. Carbon monoxide poisoning symptoms often include a headache, nausea, vomiting, and feeling tired. If you begin to experience any of these symptoms, dial 911 and get out of your home immediately. Up next, The Night Agent returns with higher stakes this February on Netflix. A pop culture hero makes a comeback, and a global superstar plans a major return. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all the latest in today's Hollywood Nation.
He-Man powers up, Styles goes global, and rising stars take on a historic role in the Hollywood nation. Connor Story and Hudson Williams are heading to the world stage. The heated rivalry breakout stars have been confirmed as torchbearers for the 2026 Winter Olympics. The duo will carry the Olympic flame on February 6th ahead of the opening ceremony. The Winter Games run through February 22nd. Harry Styles is heading back to the stage with his 7-city global residency Together. He'll perform 50 shows worldwide, including 30 at New York's Madison Square Garden, his only U.S. dates, and a 6-night stand at London's Wembley Stadium. The multi-city residency kicks off May 16th and runs through December 13th. It follows the release of his 4th album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, March 6th. Go ahead. The Night Agent is back with higher stakes in today's first looks. Netflix debuted the Season 3 trailer with Gabriel Basso returning as Peter Sutherland on a dangerous international hunt tied to stolen government intel, assassins, and a growing conspiracy. The series returns February 19th on Netflix.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Nicholas Galitzine has the power in the trailer for the live-action film Masters of the Universe, a new take on the classic 1980s franchise. Galitzine stars as Prince Adam, who returns to Eternia after years away and finds Skeletor has seized control. To stop him, Adam must reclaim the Sword of Grayskull and rise as He-Man. The film hits theaters June 5th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of animals at the Black Beauty Ranch in Texas. Have a great night, a safe night, and an even better weekend.